The destination information is filled out in the same way as the pickup information. This is an optional field. However, in order to calculate an estimate fare, you will require both the pickup and destination details to be completed. We will discuss fare estimates shortly. Multiple pickups. If you require multiple pickup addresses in a single booking, simply enter the first pickup address as detailed above and then select F2. This will clear the address field and move the details down to the tab titled Multi-Pickup Destination Route. You can now add another address. When you have finished entering the second address, select F2 again to clear the address field and you will see the information below in the Multi-Pickup Destination tab. You should now have 2 addresses listed under this tab. You are able to add as many pickup and destination addresses as required. Multiple drop-offs. If you require multiple drop-off destinations, you will use the F3 button instead. These will also show in the Multi-Pickup Destination Route tab. Note, on the left-hand side it states the type, so it will say if it is a pickup or a destination. Ensure you add the pickups and destinations in the order that they need to be completed by the driver. This information is also used if a fare estimate is required. Please note that the zone is an area used for the allocated work, example West. This information would not be given by the passenger. Each fleet has zones which are used for the allocation of work. You may now enter prepayment details if provided. First, select an option from the drop-down list. In this example, we will select Account. Begin typing the name of the account and you will be able to choose from a list of recognised accounts. Add any reference given, such as a name, and check the box if the driver is required to request a reference for the booking. This might be a purchase order number, for example. You can then enter the amount to be paid on account or enter the percentage required. If there is a maximum amount that can be claimed, please enter this into the max amount dollar box. Note that the lift or hoist fee only applies when subsidy is used. If there are multiple accounts or subsidies to enter, you can do this by pressing F4 once you have entered your first payment. In this example, we will pay 50% on account and 50% on a subsidy. First, enter in the account as shown previously, however this time, select 50%. Now, press F4. You will see the account payment has moved down to the Accounts/Subsidies tab and it will clear the payment section. You can now add your subsidy payment. Select Subsidy and enter 50%. Tick the lift or hoist fee box if the driver is able to claim this fee. Press F4 again to see the payment in the Accounts/Subsidies tab. The time or priority selection allows you to specify the pickup time. If a customer is ready for immediate pickup, then you should use the ASAP button, which is set as the default. You can specify ASAP, or you can allocate a specific time for pickup, which is called a pre-booking. These pre-bookings will allow you to specify when the job is to be released from 5 and up to 90 minutes. You will need to ensure that you allow enough time for travel. You will then need to tick off any of the options that apply to the booking. If you select high priority, then this job will be put at the front of the queue so that it is dispatched before older bookings. Note the dispatch is still dependent on the availability of an eligible vehicle. Examples of high priority jobs are medical conditions and airport drop-offs. Selecting auto dispatch means that the system will handle dispatching. Clear the tick if the job needs to be manually dispatched. Selecting the no location check means that the job will be dispatched to the next available vehicle that is capable of doing the job no matter where it is. The job will be prioritised above all other work. For example, if a fleet has only one wheelchair accessible taxi, ticking this box will ensure that even if the taxi is on the other side of the city, it will receive this particular job before any other jobs. The odometer required box should be selected if the driver is required to record odometer readings. Reward stars. The reward stars are a bonus used to encourage drivers to do a job. Drivers can exchange stars to improve their queue position at a later time. This is not used in all fleets. Vehicle details. This section is used to tell the dispatch system what type of vehicle is required. Setting the number of passengers is especially important if there are more than 4 people travelling, as they will need a maxi taxi. You can then specify a particular driver or vehicle to do the booking. The booking will not be offered to others in the fleet. The booking attributes are optional and are used to limit the vehicles or drivers eligible to do the booking. A typical example is the capsule attribute. The booking will be limited to vehicles that carry a baby capsule. The attributes vary from fleet to fleet. In some cases, you may need to block a vehicle from doing a job. A typical example is excluding a maxi vehicle when an elderly or physically impaired passenger is travelling, as they may be unable to climb into the larger vehicle. In this case, you put a red cross in the selection box by double-clicking. Immediately following the vehicle information is a notes section, which allows you to leave information for the driver, along with any remarks about the booking or notes about the caller. For example, if a passenger calls back because the car has not arrived, the details of the callback time will appear in the driver info section of the booking. The driver info notes are sent to the driver and are used to give the driver special instructions. The booking remarks can be used to record special details relating to the booking. These are not sent to the driver but are recorded for use if there is a query about the booking. For example, passenger advised that credit is not available. The caller notes will be displayed on the screen pop when the caller rings again. For example, caller has bad stammer. Be patient. You may now book a return journey if required. Simply enter in the pickup time and date and select a release time for the booking. When you press F6, you will create 2 separate bookings. One for the initial trip and one for the return journey. You must have both a pickup address and a destination address to use this. The Time Bookings tab allow you to secure a car for a period of time. Simply enter the time the car will be required. Fare estimate. If you have a pickup and destination entered for the customer, you are able to request a fare estimate. Click the Calc button in the far right-hand corner to calculate the fare. If need be, you can double-click on the map to bring up Google Maps to get the distance for an alternative route. You can choose an alternate route and take note of the distance. In this example, the alternate route is 10.4 kilometres. You may then enter the new distance into the pop-up box. Depending on the kilometre difference, it may not alter the fare. You can now add any fare adjustments, such as a 20% fare increase for weekend work. Most fleets have a minimum amount that can be charged for a job. By ticking the enforced minimum box, you are ensuring that this minimum amount is recovered. Now click OK. The estimated amount will now appear in the fare. Tick the fixed price box if the fare is fixed. This normally applies with contracted rates. The driver now has access to the fare estimate provided and knows if it is an estimate or a fixed fare. For fixed price fares, the driver can start the job without using the meter. If you have not already done so, you may need to press F2 to add any additional pickup addresses, or you may use F3 to enter more destination addresses prior to calculating the fare. Once F6 has been pressed and the new booking is created, the job will go into the job cover queue. Here you can see the booking number and the current status of the job. That is, whether it has been offered to a car or it is still sitting in the queue.